All are 10 plus. Very nice. So you are in one of the most crucial junctures in your life, that is called career selection. Okay. So a right career can turn around your life. A wrong career can be destructive and will bring a lot of challenges to your life. And that is why it is very important for you to select the right career. Okay. It is also very important for you to know and understand what are the career options available for you. You see the supermarket? You go to the supermarket, right? You need something. Do you buy everything? No. A supermarket has lot of things. If you go to the supermarket, it might have 200, 300, 500 things. But do you buy everything? No. No. You buy only what is required. Okay? Similarly, in terms of career selection, you cannot do it all. You can select only few things. And you have to take it and then start working. In my previous session also I was telling this story of an octopus and a turtle. So you see the octopus has 8 heads, right? Now what happens is there was an octopus in the sea and this octopus thinks that I want to do this. He starts this side. Then his another head say I want to do this. And then he starts another side. Then another head says this. Then he starts another side. And then 8 heads are talking and going into different direction. Then there is a turtle. The sea turtle comes and tells him that listen, Mr. Octopus, you have to go in one direction if you want to reach somewhere. And he showed him. What this turtle does is that he started walking and then swimming, and what happens is while in the same 1 minute this octopus could cover say 10 meters, the turtle went on to cover 200, 300, 400 meters. What is the difference in both of them?
One knows which direction is going.
Exactly. The turtle is clear about the direction. So he could go on. The octopus is confused because of many heads. Imagine this in terms of your career choices. Similar to the octopus, if you make 8 career choices, you will be distracted and confused. Just like turtle, if you make one career choice and go in that direction, you will make better. Right? Now, second thing is that imagine you are in a jungle. It is already 4 p.m. You see that you have to reach your hotel. Then there are multiple paths. You know that in the jungle, after an hour, it will be dark. And it will be really tough to be out of this. It's getting a little darker, 30 minutes past, but since there are multiple paths, you don't know which one to choose. Because there is one problem. The problem is that if you take the wrong path and it is already dark, then your option to get out of jungle is not possible. Now it's getting 4:30, you are a little panicked and you see somebody comes and you ask him hurriedly that it's getting dark, my hotel is this one and I have to reach there before it's dark. Since this person knows the jungle, he tells you that don't worry, this is the path you take. When you go ahead, you will see a right turn. And if you go straight from that right turn, you will reach to your hotel. What happens is you exactly follow the path and you reach your hotel on time. This is exactly the role of career guidance in your life. When you are seeing many paths, see, understand one thing. You are in class 10, okay? You don't have much time. You don't have much time to experiment because a wrong experiment is destructive. I remember in my time, I was the class topper in the class 10, okay? And what happened is, I don't know about right now, but in my time, what happens is that if you are a class topper, the father comes and tells you that मेरा बेटा engineer बनेगा, right? So I was by default selected to maths. Now I didn't know much about it. I went on to do PCM, only to realize that this is not the right choice. I have made the wrong choice. It became a suffering for me for 2 years, but then of course I understood that I am not meant for it. I took a wrong right turn again, did my BCom, then my MBA, and then made a career out of it. The only thing is having the option, understanding that we have limited time. You have 2 years in your secondary, 11th and 12th, and after that you have college. And if you are able to do the right choices, what will happen is the same thing that you will not be in dark. You will reach to your destination safely. Okay. The next thing, before I come to career options, I'll tell you all the career options that are available. I'll tell you what majorly you will do. I'll tell you what are the steps to choose the right career. But before that, I'll talk to two of them. Any problem you have? You want to talk to each other? Just stay silent for some time. Huh? Okay. So, before I go to career options, I'll tell you a story of King Richard. So, in the 15th century, there was a king called King Richard. Okay. So, what happened is that his territory was attacked by another army. So, one person came running and told that, King, we have got attacked. And if we do not fight this war, we will lose all our territory. So, in that time in 15th century, you don't have any option but to fight the war. Because if you don't fight, you will anyways get killed. But if you go and fight, you have an option to save your territory. So then King Richard made the announcement that everyone prepare for the war, the enemies are coming, we have to go fight it and win it. Okay. So everyone started. Now in 15th century, if you remember, you don't have the vehicles, you don't have the cars, so you take a car and go driving it. It was more of horses and cattle and all those animals. Okay. So what happened is all the horses got ready. So they have to prepare the horses. And what was the drill for preparing the horses? There is something called horseshoe. So you fix the horseshoe with a nail. That is when horse is ready to run. So they prepared the horse and King came in last. When King came in last, he got to know that the nails that are used to fix the horseshoe are finished. Now the blacksmith tells King that we are done with the nails. But King's horse is left. What kings do is that he says, how many nails you are left with? He said only 2. He said use the 2, fix the nails, because we have to go and fight the war. If we do not go and do not fight, then it's a trouble. And if the king does not go, then the army will not fight it. So this blacksmith fixes 2 nails and the king goes. Now as a king, you have the duty to lead the army. You have to motivate your army. You need to be the first person to lead. So what King does is that he cheered his army that we are going in, we will win this war and everything, and he started. He was ahead of everyone else. While he was ahead of everyone else and almost about to take on the enemy army, the horse's shoe, because there was no sufficient nails, fell off. What happened is the horse fell. When the horse falls, what happens next? The king falls. And when the king falls, what happens next is the army demotivates. When the army demotivates, everyone ran away. The king got killed in this war. Because of what? Because of the nails. It's a classic story and it's a real story. You know what this story teaches us? You can lose your territory and your war if you are always prepared for last minute preparation. You say, I'll prepare tomorrow. You say, I'll prepare for the exam when the exam comes. I'll prepare one night before. For career, yeah, I have 2 years, I'll see to it. For college, yeah, I have sufficient time, no problem. Next year I'll see. For exams, yeah, we have 3 more months. But you never know who among you will become the next King Richard. Right? So always remember this story that you cannot rely on last minute preparations. Everyone with me so far? Yeah? So I told you about the story of a career coach, how it guides you on a path. I told you the story of an octopus and a turtle and why turtle having a single choice can run faster than in octopus having multiple choice, and I told you the story of King Richard, who was remaining for the last moment and was killed, lost his army because the blacksmith was not ready with the nails. Okay. Now these things signifies one single thing, that is this is the time when you choose a career. Now can I ask some of you that what are you planning to do? Can you raise your hand? Those who have decided that this is what you want to do? Yeah. Yeah. Finance? Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Software development? Yeah. Software engineering?
For me, I would like to become a scientist.
Scientist? Perfect.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur? Perfect. Forensic. Great. Air Force pilot. Wonderful.
Open up my own sports academy.
Sports Academy. Wonderful. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. Quantum physics. Wonderful. Doctor. Okay. Wonderful. So guys. Yeah. Okay. Lawyer. Okay.
Astrophysicist.
Astrophysicist. Okay. Right. So now, okay, please don't talk to each other. In this session, I just want your attention here. Right? Now, you understand. If I talk about the career option, all of you are clear that somebody wants to go into science, somebody wants to go become an entrepreneur, somebody a doctor, somebody astrophysicist, somebody fine arts, everything else. Do you use Google Maps? Yeah? If I want to go from here to my university, which is RB University, what I will do next is, I will put the location on a Google Map and I will start my car now. Do you think I have any possibility to be lost on the way? Very less, hardly. Sometimes Google Map also makes mistake, but the chances are very less. 99% I will reach on time and reach the right direction. Similarly, right now what you need is the Google Maps in terms of your career. See, I am happy that somebody said I want to become an Air Force pilot. I am happy that somebody said that I want to become an entrepreneur. I am happy that somebody said I want to become a doctor. And so many other careers. But do you know the next thing that will come? When we are kid, we are very clear what we want to do. It is the social distractions which becomes a challenge for us. Next, what will happen is you will go to Instagram and somebody will say, oh, do you know this has more scope, this is the future. Somebody will say, no, this career is dying. Somebody will say something else. Understand one thing, that there is a path for every career. Just like I said that if I have to reach my university, I will put on Google Map and then I follow the path. Do you think that I put the Google Map and use some other roads? No, because I trust on Google Map. Similarly, when you say, I want to become an astrophysicist, what is the next step? Complete your higher secondary in science, apply to the right college. If there is any entrance exam, clear that entrance exam, get the admission in the college, study for 4 years, and then apply for jobs. Similarly, if you want to go in finance, if you do want to do law, if you want to do entrepreneurship, every career has a defined path. All you have to do is follow the path without distraction. But you know, there is one more thing that is bigger in career selection. Something that is even bigger in career selection is greed. Our greed becomes a big distraction. You know what? You go after 2 years and somebody tells you, do you know? He got salary of 1 crore in that career. What he did? He did computer science. Oh, I think I should skip on astrophysics and go computer science. He said, you did fine arts. You know, fine arts don't have much money. If you do BBA, you get a good job and you get distracted. Oh, rather I should do No. You don't live someone else's career. You live your own career. Understand one thing, and I tell this story to everyone. Every career has scope. Every career has successful path. All that is required is following that. Some careers will take more time, other careers will take less time. Do you know how much time it takes to become a doctor? Huh? 10 years? 7 years? You will take at least 8 to 10 years to become a doctor. But do you know how much time it takes to become a manager in a company? 4 years? Do you think a doctor and a manager will be equally successful? Yes, no? Huh? No. See, every career has a different pattern. A doctor will take 10 years to become because they are playing with human lives. I cannot make a doctor in 4 years and say, okay, you go and practice. Huh? He kills 50 people. Right? A manager, am I dealing with a company? It's okay if I make some mistake. But can you make a mistake while being a doctor? The chances are very less. That is why a career for a doctor is average 8 to 10 years, while becoming a manager is 4 years only. Every career has a different path. At the end of the day, all that matters is that this is what you have decided and become successful in. Okay. Now the next thing I want to tell you how many career options we have. Okay. Imagine the career options in terms of a block. So I will tell you what all blocks you have and where do you fit. Why I tell this block strategy? Because this block strategy is very important. So if I stand in this block, I cannot move. Similarly, if I fix myself in this career, I cannot move. That should be your strategy. So imagine first block as technology. Now technology is one block. You want to do computer science, you want to do artificial intelligence, you want to do machine learning, you want to do BCA, you want to do BSc, you want to do BTech, everything will come under one block. Which block? Technology. So once you think that I am going to do BTech, you are in the technology block. Make sure you do not distract yourself into any other block. You will remain in technology block. The next block that comes is medicine. So somebody who wants to become a doctor, you want to do science, you want to do biology, you want to do allied sciences, you want to do nursing, you want to do anything with medicine. Is which block? Medicine block. Then you fix yourself in this block. Then somebody comes and tells you about BBA, somebody comes and tells you about AI, doesn't matter to you. You know this is my block. I fit here. The next block that comes is business. Okay. In this you can do MBA, you can do BBA, you can do BCom, you can do so many other courses. You will end up either doing a business or working in a business. That is called business block. Then you have startups, you have entrepreneurship, you have job, you have so much more to do within business block. So how many blocks we have covered? Technology, medicine, business. Next comes is design block. In this design block, actually in design what happens is that we have a misconception. That design means fashion design, right? Sorry, design is not just fashion designing. This table that you are seeing is also a design. The chair you are sitting on is also a design. The screen that you are seeing here is also a design. The only thing is name changes. This is what furniture design. This is what communication design. You are sitting in a building that is also designed by someone. There are two aspects. The outer design, architecture. The interior design, interior design. Right? Anything that you are seeing is part of design. Design is a vast field that has at least 20, 25, 30 things to do. Okay, so again design. What is the next block? Design. Okay, then we come to the next block. What is the next block? Next block is arts and liberal arts. What is that? Arts and liberal arts. Now what happens? Some of you want to become an IAS officer. Some of you want to become a professor in a university. Some of you want to start an NGO. Some of you want to do psychology, or you want to do international relations, or you want to do political science, or you want to do liberal arts. There are so many career options in liberal arts. So next block is arts and liberal arts. Then next block comes is law. Okay, some of you want to become a lawyer. Somebody said that I want to become a lawyer, right? So for law and everything related with legal, it comes under law. And again, as I told you about the design, the same thing happens in law also. Law is not just limited to code. What happens is that we think that law is going to code. No, only 5 to 10% people work in code who are in law. 90% have various jobs. You have corporate law, you have law consulting, you have law teaching, you have law schools, you have professors, academics, research, so much more to do. Court is just one function which is called litigation. Okay, so that is law. The next block that comes is, it's called creative careers. Now what happens is, suppose if I remember, in my generation, Instagram was not that popular. It was just another platform. Today you see people are doing it full time. Today you see there is a new job that is created, which is called content creator. So somebody who is passionate about content, somebody who is passionate about travel, somebody who is passionate about movies. So it's a vocational thing. You can do a lot of vocational things. The next block that comes is called film and media. Okay. So do you know how many movies India produces every year? Any idea? Anyone who has idea also hand? Okay. So India is called the movie capital of the world. We produce more than 2,000 movies in a year, which is the highest in the world. Okay. So when something is so much, that means it also has lot of career, but not for everyone. Those who are passionate about it. Again, acting, production, movies also, what we see is that we think that only acting is a profession. No. In making of a movie, there are thousands of people who are involved. There is crew, there are travel planner, there are actors, there are producers, there are technical persons, editors, there is VFX, so many things in a movie. So again, film and media is one block. Okay. Now what you can do is, when you go back from this session, you have to sit and ask yourself, which block I can fit in. And you can remember the story of octopus and a tortoise. How many blocks I told you? 8. How many heads I told you about the octopus? 8. What was happening with octopus?
Confused.
You were just running.
Because there were 8 heads.
8 heads.
Distraction.
Correct. Correct. So the octopus, what was he was doing is, sometimes he was thinking I am in this block, sometimes he was thinking I am in this block, sometimes he was thinking I am in this block, and he reached nowhere. What did turtle do?
Followed one.
He decided, he chose one block. He said I belong here, and he went straight. What happened next is, the turtle crossed 100 meters, the tortoise was still there. So now you understand? There will be a lot of distractions that will come on your way, but one thing you have to decide, that you can fit in only one block. You can only do 1 degree in India. What happens is that in our country you can't do 2 degrees at a time. So when you do 1 degree, you do only one specialization. Now, what happens is that when students come to me with confusion, I ask them that what is your confusion? Most of the time I hear the question, no sir, I know what I want to do, but he was saying that I should do this. Yes or no? This happens or not? Most of the time they tell, sir, he told that this has lot of scope. Sir, he told that this career will be the future. See, you know what you are made for. You all have lot of clarity. All you have to do is be determined and pursue what you want to do. And that will make changes. This is about career. Okay. This is clear so far to all of you?
Yes.
Any confusion? Anything? Any questions? Right? Okay. No problem. There are 2 more areas that I will cover. One is the internet and second is the skills. Now remember that what happens in our life is formal education is one thing. The skills are the complementary that help you do well in life. So if I tell you one story from my life, what happened is that I come from North India, okay, and I come from very Hindi speaking thing, and I was studied in Hindi school, okay. So what happened when I came out, I realized that when you have to go for a job interview, you cannot speak in Hindi. The world does not work in that way. The world works on globalized English. Today I want to speak to a Chinese, I want to speak to somebody from US, somebody from Canada, somebody from Arab, anywhere. English is my medium. So if I speak good English, I can crack an interview. I learned the lessons and build on that. Then I realized that I am good in public speaking. So today I travel to 15 countries, 20 countries in a year. I deliver thousands of sessions to millions of students in a year, all because of one thing, that I developed my public speaking skills. So similarly, you all have to remember that there are few things which are important. Number one is your presentation skills. Okay? Irrespective of what career you make, you have to go for an interview. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to go and represent in a board meeting. If you are in a job, you have to prepare yourself for office every day. So the better your presentation is, the better of success chances you have. Second thing is communication skills. Okay, the good communication skills always pay off. So you have to work on the communication skills. And the third thing is specialization. Do you know Amitabh Bachchan? Yeah? What he is famous for? Huh? Acting. Do you know Virat Kohli? What he is famous for? Cricket. Do you know Ratan Tata?
Yes.
What he is famous for?
Business.
Remember one thing, why you know them? Because of one reason, their specialization. The most successful people in this world are the specialized people. When you recognize someone and tell them what they do, that means they have done something consistently for years and years until they are recognized with their profession. Right? The most successful people are the specialized people. When you select a block and with that you develop your communication skills, you develop your presentation skills, and you build a specialization, you are going to become highly successful. And the third thing is, that is internet. Okay. What happens is that you are a real generation. You are a digital generation. Every day you go back, you have access to phone, you scroll for a few hours. You are seeing this reel, you are seeing that reel. You have Netflix, you have web series, you have so much more to spend your time. But that time is also a big distraction for you. Right? Do you think you have watched 10 hours web series and tomorrow you will go and write in your exam paper? Do you know somebody will ask you questions from what happens in Mirzapur? Huh? Yes or no? No. Do you think that somebody will ask you that yesterday how many reels you have seen? Please write the description, 5 marks question.
No.
Huh?
I will get full 5 answers.
Do you think that someday in your exam it will come that name the 5 content creators who inspire you, 5 marks question? Yes or no? No. It will not come. But what is happening is, even if it not come, you are still ready to sacrifice your hours on that, which is not important, over something which is important. Have you seen Batman? Huh? There is a very famous dialogue of Batman. What is it? With great powers
Comes great responsibility.
repeat with me. With great powers.
Comes great responsibility.
Yeah, you want to say something? That's a Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm not a superhero generation. I take my voice back. Spider-Man said with guys.
Not Spider-Man, Tony Stark. Iron Man tells the Spider-Man.
Iron Man tells the Spider-Man.
You are saying Spider-Man?
No.
I say Batman.
It's from Spider-Man. Tony Stark tells it to
Okay. Okay. So anyway, somebody said this, that with great powers comes great responsibility. Okay. Now understand this. Today, internet is a superpower. you have internet in your hand and it's a superpower. You have two kinds of superheroes. One superhero that saves the world. The other superhero who also has powers but he spends all his powers in destruction. Right? Choice is yours. Internet has both. It can help you build a great career. Today internet has the power to connect you with the world's greatest astrophysicist. Internet has the power for you to connect with the world's greatest lawyer, to the Air Force pilot, to any career, that to the best fine art artist, to the best entrepreneurs. And internet also has the power to keep you engaged for next 7 days, showing you movies and web series that are of no use in your life. Choice is yours. Internet is something that you have in hand. I always tell you that you are the luckiest generation. You are living in era wherein you have access to everything. You have access to world-class education. You have access to money. You have access to good environment. You have access to good jobs, and you are living in a city like Bangalore, which is Silicon Valley of India. So with so much of that, all that depends is up to you that how and what you make out of it. Right? So far, we have talked about the blocks. I told you about the skills, and I told you about the internet as a superpower. Now all you have to do is, you know Steve Jobs? Huh?
Yes, sir.
What he is famous for?
Apple.
Apple. So in Steve Jobs, one of the greatest speeches, what he told is, connect the dots. Have you watched that? If not, this is your homework, you can go back, watch Connect the Dots, convocation speech of Steve Jobs. It is one of the best speeches. But when he told that the dots are always connected backwards. Internet you have, the skills you build, career you select, and what we call the success in real life is what you have created. Right? So connect the dots. Now, the next step is, what are the future careers? And we will close our session with that. What are the future careers? If you see a trend in recent years, some of the top businesses have come out on one common thing, that is technology. So if you see a food business, you have Zomato. If you see a ride business, you have Uber and Ola. If you see grocery business, you have Big Basket. If you see e-commerce, you have Amazon. You will see everything as a traditional business associated with technology turned into a solution that would be known as startup. So technology is one common parameter for everything in the future. Every platform is going to be built on technology, internet. Understanding the basics of internet, making the best use of it is something that you need. Okay. Can we go for a Q&A? In case you have any questions, I can answer that. For career, do you have any question related to career? What you are going to do, what will you do? Yeah.
So when I talk about creativity related careers like painting, sketching, or even coding for that matter, because that also involves creativity, we are developing an AI, right? So now AI, what I have noticed is taking up all the creative fields. Because if I want a painting, I need not go to a painter, but will just ask with the description to AI and it will create me a painting. So will it hamper the development of such careers?
See, again, what happens is that I'll tell you an interesting story from our religion. Okay. You know Hanumanji? Huh? Hanumanji had superpowers. So his full name is Maaruti, which is another name for Hanumanji. Okay. Hanumanji had superpowers. One of the superpowers he had is that he can fly. In childhood, when he flew, what he did? He ate the sun. But when, as an adult, when he flew, what he did? He crossed Lanka. Right? It is not about just the superpower, it is also about the right and ethical use of that. what he asked is that AI is coming today, and AI has unlimited power. But who has created AI? Humans. Okay, humans have created AI. So it is our responsibility to make sure that it is used responsibly in right way. What I can assure you is that AI is not that big of disruption that will change human jobs, that will become a problem to original creativity. AI is just your support. AI is a personal assistant who can help you do better. Nothing beyond that. Yeah, I want to take at least 10-12 questions because the more questions we have, the better engagement and insights you will have after this session. Yeah.
I have asked a question related to personal development. So now, from the various suggestions and advices that I got from people, they keep saying that keep arts as a hobby and do take a stream of science or something and go forward with that and maybe work on arts as a hobby. So like, how can I properly balance those two in such a way that I can give both of them? Like give attention to both of them equally or devote more time towards arts in the way that I want.
I did. Please. Okay. Have you heard the name of Picasso? Yeah? Why do we remember him? What is his contribution? Huh? He was what? Have you heard the name of Van Gogh?
Yes.
Why do we remember him?
Art.
Have you heard the name of Raja Ravi Verma?
Yeah.
Why he is so popular?
Art.
Huh? But do you think everyone can become Raja Ravi Verma?
No.
What's your name? Hazel. So Hazel, I will tell you and everyone else. One of the problems of human beings is that we are not the risk takers. Now, neither we take the risk nor we let other take the risk. So whenever we see that you are going on a path that can be a little risky, I tell you no, don't do this. Keep it as a hobby. If Raja Ravi Verma has taken it as a hobby, do you think he will become what he has become? If Picasso would have done it, if Van Gogh would have done it, see, always remember, why would government of India give Padma Shri to a dancer? He or she is just a dancer. I can go on to say, arts is our heritage. What Rabindranath Tagore has done, what is his contribution? Was he an IAS officer? Then, he was an author, writer and a poet. But then his contribution was much bigger than lot of IAS officers or lot of people who were in job. Now imagine Rabindranath Tagore would have said, "Yeah, leave it now. There is the money. Let me do a job. At least I get some money." Do you think he would ever become? Or Swami Vivekananda would have said, "Yeah, leave it now. Why I am giving jnana to so many people?"